everybody, it's TF Renegade here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series MTMTE Collection Megatron. This is the Megatron who was featured in the Transformers War for Cybertron video game from 2010, and as you can see with the new MTMTE Collection color scheme, he looks a lot closer to his appearance in the game. I actually didn't pick up the original version of this toy when it came out because I was like, I think I'm going to stay with the 2010 version of the toy, and honestly, I was content with that, but then when I saw them coming out with a new color scheme, I was like, you know what? Instead of relying on other reviewers, I'm going to take a dive and see if I like this toy. And I got to say, there's a lot of things that I like, and there's a lot of things that I don't like. But without further ado, let's take a closer look at this guy. So starting off in Megatron's robot mode, we can see that he looks excellent in the new MTMTE color scheme. I think they've done a great job with this line so far. All the figures I'm pretty much happy with. I'm getting the Optimus later today, so we'll have a review on that later, but I do have the original Gamer Edition, so we can compare the heights with that. I like the Sideswipe, the Perceptor is great. The Wheeljack's the only one I really don't enjoy the most, but it's still not that bad. But you can see on the Megatron here, they got some nice, battle damage up there on his shoulder, looks nice. They got some on his chest too, if you can see that. Nice Decepticon logo there, some colors over there on his chest. He's got nice red. I like the red that they used on him. Looks really nice. A lot of molded detail there. Right back here. Got a nice little shoulder thing going on up there. He's got molded details here and there. Looks really nice. His crotch is colored too. You can see he's got nice colors there on his shins. He's got silver on the knees. Looks really nice. So yeah, I like that a lot. You can see his head here. Looks really good. I like the bucket design. There we go. You can see it's got some new colors on his head. Looks really nice. I like that a lot. They did a good job on that. You can see his tank parts are all folded up here on his legs, kind of like Studio Series 86. So I like that. I mean, it cleans up the mold really well, and it stops it from having any back kibble, which, as you can see, he's got none. Cleans up super, super well on the back. I like that. So you can see that, and then he's got his shoulder cannon here. It's alright, it doesn't look amazing, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's it for Megatron. So for Megatron's accessories, he comes with a battle mace. So you can see how that looks. Looks really good. It's not sharp at all either. It's pretty dull. So that's nice. It's dull back here too. So you can see that. I like the paint on this. It's nice metallic looking colors there. So that's nice. And then his little shoulder cannon, which you can pop off here and look at. I wish it was bigger, but it's not terrible for a Voyager, I don't think. And he does have a hole here, which you can do with all these figures. You can rip off his little arm there and then stick on a weapon if you want to. So you can do that. It kind of looks goofy. I don't suggest doing it, but if you want to do it, you have the option. So for articulation, Megatron can look to the left. He can look to the right. He can look all the way around. If you get your thumb in there, you can do that. You can wiggle this around. You can do that up there. Do whatever you want with that. He can lift his arm up all the way, which looks really good. He can move it all the way around, which is nice. He does have a bicep swivel, which is always great. He has an elbow bend, which is magnificent. He has no wrist rotation, though, which is a bummer. It can only go in and out for transformation. He has a waist swivel, which is excellent. He can kick forward, which is awesome. He can kick back all the way, which is even better. Look at that. He can push his leg out all the way for a kick if you want to do that. He does have a thigh rotation, which is amazing. He can bend at the knee, kinda. Wow, that's a terrible bend. Oh my gosh. Maybe if I pull this out. Oh, there you go. You can do it all the way if you make him look a little ugly. So if you're taking pictures, you got to hide it back there. So you got that. And then got little foot rockers so you can make him stand any way you please. So it's time for my favorite part of the video, the comparison. So let's go ahead and slap his original 2010 version in here, and you can see how they look together. And honestly, this guy still holds up extremely well for a figure that came out in 2010. It looks really good. And it's just kind of up to you. Do you want something like this, or do you want to upgrade to something that looks kind of more accurate to the game? But I do like his fusion cannon more. I like how big and intimidating that is. So there you have that. And then we'll look at another deluxe from that game or time period. We'll look at Soundwave from that time, so you can see how they look. And I think they look really good together, but I am still excited to see what they do with this guy when they bring him to Gamer Edition. So there you have that. And then we'll look at a Gamer Edition. We'll bring in Mr. Starscream, so you can see how they look together. So there you have that. And, you know, he's got a fat head and he's got a small one, so you can see how that looks together. But it's not too terrible, so, you know, it is what it is. So you got that. And then we'll look at Mr. Convoy Optimus Prime next to him, and you can see how they look. So they look pretty nice, pretty good size next to each other. And that's another reason to upgrade. This guy is the right size to go with this Optimus, so there you have that. And then for goofs and gaffs, we'll go ahead and bring in Mr. Studio Series 86 Megatron. You can see the size difference between these two guys. Oh my gosh. So there you go. So here we have Megatron in his Cybertronian tank mode, and I gotta be honest here, guys, this guy's pretty disappointing. Honestly, this is really sad how this guy turned out. I mean, he's a brick. I mean, he doesn't do anything, and that really sucks. But for paint, the paint looks excellent on here. I mean, this metallic silver over here on the top looks really good. You can see how it shines. When you move it, his arm becomes the cannon, so that looks really nice right there. I like how that looks. He's got this little piece in the front, so that looks really good. You can see he's got some paint in there, so that looks really nice. He's got a big old gap back here, so kind of a bummer, but there's that. The bottom, it's his other arm and the other piece of his chest kind of sticking out there, but it's not like you're going to be like looking on the bottom for stuff, so I don't know. But the biggest disappointment are these treads. The treads look really good, and they're supposed to be like his like battle mode. When they're in the game, they transform, and it's kind of like, woo, you know, doing that, but it's just so lame. I'm sorry, but it's lame. Just having a brick here and he doesn't move. You can't even move the cannon part. This is stuck in place. So it's literally you just bought a brick, and that really sucks. And it's really disappointing. I mean, he looks great. I mean, the toy looks really good, but he doesn't do anything. I mean, he could slide on my set here because this is pretty smooth. So you could do that and maybe looks kind of cool, but it is what it is. So it's time for the vehicle comparison. So we'll bring in his 2010 counterpart, and you can see how they look. And right off the bat, I mean, I don't know why Hasbro just couldn't design something similar here with what they did back then. I mean, you can see this has rolling treads. You know, you can actually do both modes if you want to. You can make it the hover mode if you really wanted to, and put it back into a tank mode. So it's a real bummer that they didn't design that. Maybe they didn't have the budget or anything, but upgrade it to a leader. You know, like I have no problem paying leader prices to do it the right way. But, you know, it is what it is. And, you know, this tank mode looks pretty good too. I like both of them. So there you go on that. And then we'll look at Mr. Soundwave. We'll bring him there. This toy is so cool. If you guys don't have this guy in your collection and you can pick him up for a decent price, definitely get this guy. He looks good. And I really feel like Gamer Edition's not going to do him justice. So this guy, big win. I like this guy a lot. But you can see how they look together. So they look pretty good. So you got that. And then we'll bring in Mr. Starscream. You can see how these two look. They look pretty decent. I'll move Soundwave there. They look pretty decent together. I like that. You know, it's not too terrible. So there you go. And then we'll bring in his rival here, Mr. Optimus Prime. You can see how they look. You know, he looks pretty good. When I get the next version of him, I'll bring him back out so you can see him with the MTMTE version of Optimus when I get him later today. That's a big issue. I'm not a big fan of that. It's like that on both of these. I mean, this is not as bad as this, but it's the Gamer Edition, man. I just don't know what the issue is with these designers on this. Maybe it's the budget, but you know, it is what it is. And then we'll bring in Mr. Studio Series 86 Behemoth Megatron. You can see how they look together, and there you go. And honestly, I feel like if this was a Voyager and they didn't upgrade him to the leader class, I don't even think he would have had wheels. Because truthfully, I really feel like Hasbro just is trying to do away with the wheels. So, yeah, I mean, that's how they look together. So, pretty decent. So, closing it out here on Studio Series MTMTE Megatron. He is okay. He is not a fantastic figure, and he's not terrible. He is worth putting in your collection if you don't have him already, but it's just one of those things where you have to say, do I want him or the 2010 version? You know, and that's a valid question because the 2010 version still holds up really well today. But he is excellent in his robot mode. I think this is a really good representation of what he looked like in the game, and he's going to look excellent next to the other Gamer Edition toys that you have in your collection. But that vehicle mode, that's lame. I'm going to be totally 100% brutal on this. It is lame to do it like that. I mean, he is just a brick. He has no treads. You can't move his turret around. And these are toys. Like, emphasis on the word toys here. This is a toy, and it's supposed to have a fun factor to it. And that fun factor comes in two forms, the robot and the vehicle. And if the vehicle doesn't hold up to its standard, then it's just not fun. And that's tragic because I really think this could have been a really good figure. But right now, he's just okay in my book. So for the collector's rating, I'm going to give him an 8. I think he looks really good, and when you put him on the shelf with your other figures, you're not going to be disappointed. He looks really, really good with the other Gamer Edition toys. It's that vehicle mode, and it's not that good. But as collectors, we do keep these in robot mode the most. So in that aspect, I'm going to give him an 8 because he is solid and he does look good on the shelf. For the parent rating, I'm giving him a 6.5 because as fun as this robot mode is, that vehicle mode is really just egregious. I don't know why Hasbro would even think that was like okay to put out. Even if the budget isn't there, why don't you wait until you can do something good with it? But it is what it is, and I just think he's just not worth more to that to younger kids, especially from a game that hasn't even been re-released since 2010. It's really a game that you have to go out of your way to find because you can't replay it now. It's too expensive to buy it on the third-party market, and they haven't re-released it on modern consoles, so it's just kind of stuck in a limbo where it's like, why would a kid even want to have this Megatron? He does look cool, but you know, what's drawing that audience into this guy? So that's just going to have to be the rating for him on that aspect. But so that's going to do it for this video, guys. Make sure to leave your comments down below. I always like to read your guys' comments about these figures because that is the most important part of these videos, to hear what you guys as the community, the fans, think about these toys. Do you love him? Do you hate him? Or do you feel kind of meh about him? So go ahead and leave those comments down below. And yeah, make sure to subscribe if you like the content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.